Which is correct? It hasn't rained for a week. Or, it hasn't been raining for a week.
Let's look at both of those, shall we? Let's start with A. It hasn't rained for a week. If we imagine a timeline from the past to the future and fix on now as the time when someone says that, then we think about a time 1 week before now, and we can say that from that time to now it hasn't rained. It hasn't rained for a week.
Great. That's what I thought.
I chose B. Why is it wrong?
Well, wait a minute. Let's look at the second one. B. It hasn't been raining for a week. We can use the same timeline and think back to 1 week ago, but instead of 1 week with no rain, we have part of a week with no rain, followed by a few days, let's say 3 days, when it did rain. If someone says it's been raining for a week, we could say, no, it's only been raining for 3 days. It hasn't been raining for a week.
So, they're both correct?
That's right. Both are correct. Which one we use depends on the context.
It's confusing. The grammar books explain negative as the opposite of positive, and so it is. But negative sentences don't always correspond to positive sentences in the way that we'd expect. After a week of rainy weather, we'd say, it's been raining for a week. But after a week of no rain, we wouldn't say, it hasn't been raining for a week. We'd say, it hasn't rained for a week. That's because in that situation, we don't want to talk about how the rain didn't last for a week. We want to say that there was no rain, even for a short time, during that week. It hasn't rained for a week. More generally, if a sentence is grammatically correct, we can't say that it's wrong in itself. It may not be suitable in a particular context, but we'd need to know what that context is before deciding whether it's right or wrong. So in this case, the sentences are both correct, and it would depend on the context. That's what this series is all about, English in Context, and I hope you're going to find it both useful and enjoyable.